watch anything interesting for 420? Like,
I watched this video that I saw on this channel on YouTube called the Drunk Banthas channel. It was the top 10 420 videos. It's pretty dope. Dude, don't know what he's talking about, but
I heard that video's quite popular.
Did I watch anything on 420? Dog, I watched this. I watched Atlanta. I watched episode 4 and 5. I mean 4. And then I watched Halo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Halo, I guess, did come out. Oh no, wait. No. Yeah. Oh no. Nah.
I just had to catch up on the things I gotta catch up on.
Yeah, I feel you.
I gotta get it in when I can.
Right. I get that. I don't think I watched anything special for. I weirdly watched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon on 420 actually, which has nothing to do with weed or anything. But I think I was still just in the Michelle Yeoh.
Well, they do get high in the air when they're kicking.
They do. I did read or watch a video where Michelle Yeoh was talking about acting in that movie, and she was like, had her leg elevated in a brace while she was like in the scene where she was crying. I was like, God damn, you're a good actress. I don't know if I'd be able to remember my lines if like my leg was elevated above my head.
You'd definitely be able to remember your lines. You still suck as an actor, but you remember all your lines. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't remember lines just because I'm not a good actor.
One using your leg as an excuse for the reason you suck.
It's like, I'm sorry, I just don't know my lines today.
Yeah, it's my leg. It's my leg.
I know my leg's not in the brace anymore, but it's just like from last week, I'm still thinking about it.
Like, nigga, that was 7 years ago. You thinking about it from last week because you said it last week. That was 7 years ago. So let's talk about what we're talking about.
Yeah. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I wasn't sure if you were doing good yet because it's like a little pause there.
Oh, that was my Darius impersonation.
Oh my, that was pretty good, I have to say. Today, my name's Alex, and today we are talking about episode 5 and 6 of the FX series Atlanta, starring Donald Glover, Zazie Beetz, Brian Tyree Henry, Lakeith Stanfield, all those amazing black royalty that we know and love. We're gonna kick the discussion off.
Blakes.
The Blakes. We're gonna kick the discussion off with episode 5, Cancer Attack. This was kind of a weird episode, especially to have right after a weird episode. I only say kind of because it's less weird than the one before it.
What?
But
you thought that was weird? I don't know.
I mean, just because of like the whole, like, you know, we get the revisit from the dude from the first episode who might be like a ghost person, and then he kills himself on the like. I
guess we have different ideas of what weird is. So.
But this one does at least, you know, we come back to our main characters, like we are in Budapest. Ern, Alfred, Darius, or
Budapest,
which I only started pronouncing it like that after, I guess, Avengers. But I guess it's how it's pronounced. I'm not a very smart person, but yeah, they're in the Budapest. They're doing a show. Ern, Alfred, and Darius are hanging out. Beforehand, you can kind of see like the mundanity of being on tour. Everybody's just like doing their job. And you kind of see that Paperboy is kind of like trying to connect with Ern, but Ern's like really, really busy. I really like this scene. Like, what did you think of like all this, like, you know, pre-show stuff?
Being on tour is being in a bunch of different rooms all the time with the same people, not getting really to ever really communicate.
Right. Yeah. It's like very. Like, it's not like the glamorous, like, you know, if this was an episode of Entourage, it would be very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just kind of showing like kind of how kind of boring it is to be on tour. And we see this really interesting scene where Alfred is like, you know, hey, what's up, Ern? How you doing? like just trying to like connect with him. But Ern's really busy, so he's kind of like in his own shit. But Alfred, you could see that he kind of longs for, even though he kind of he roasts Ern all the time and stuff. But you kind of see that he misses that closeness and that connection.
Yeah, I feel like also we get a first look at Paperboy getting on stage.
Yeah,
and I feel like it was the first time I was like mad at Darius's character. Like, yeah, who is this dude? He literally did not get on stage with Paperboy. I thought he was the hype man or something. Like, he doesn't do anything. He's just there. He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's just the guy. He kind of said it in the first season. He's like, hey, I'm the guy. But I guess he's true to form. He's just the guy. And then after the concert is done, Ern sees Al and Darius and Socks trying to figure out where Paperboy's phone is, because it's somehow got lost or has disappeared since the show, since the show started. So Alfred's trying to remember last time he saw it, and he recalls like the kid who had cancer who came to visit him, but he had to be rushed out of the venue because he had a cancer attack, which I still feel is that a real thing?
Sorry,
have you ever heard of anybody having a cancer attack?
I've never heard of such things. A cancer attack.
Not to be insensitive, but yeah, I don't think that's real. I don't think that's a real thing.
That sounds very Budapest. Sounds like some Budapest.
Budapest.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, that sounds like some Budapest to me.
But it turns out that the kid didn't have the phone, like surprisingly enough.
That little bastard.
Even though like it made it seem like he really, really had it.
Yo, no, when that nigga sat up, he said,
No.
He said, no, if it's for Paperboy, I will do anything to help him. If it's for him, I will miss my cancer attack. And
sounds
go
like
and
fucking
talk
Dexter's
to
Laboratory.
Talk to Paperboy. I will talk to him. Father, let him touch my body.
Let him touch me.
Wait a minute, son. This is how you got cancer in the first place.
This is how you got cancer. That's how it spreads. It turns out the kid didn't have it.
But he did have cancer.
No, he did. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't have the phone.
Sorry,
still had cancer.
You gotta laugh about something, people. If you can't laugh about these things, I mean, come on, man. You know?
Plus, spoiler alert: he's an actor. He doesn't actually have cancer.
Damn, why'd you tell him?
Y'all calm down.
Why'd you tell him?
But then after some conversation, they realize that the kid who was on stage, kind of making an ass of himself before the show started, is this kid named Wiley, nephew of the venue owner. So they decide this guy was acting weird. He must have had something to do with this missing phone. So they call him. Long story short, there's a lot of craziness with Socks. But the Wiley reluctantly decides to come back to the venue, pretty much just so he can talk to Paperboy. What did you think of this whole interrogation scene? Because this was when it really started to get fucking weird and continued to be weird.
Well, the kid was clearly taking advantage of being able to meet his favorite artist in the entire fucking world.
Yeah.
Also, he was simple in the fucking brain. Also, I need to know if that guy's like a musician or something. Or he just was in this. He must be like some European musician. That there's no way he's just like a regular actor.
Right. I mean, well, if he's a musician, I mean, honestly, that dude acted his ass off. I really liked his performance.
I'm saying that. I'm just saying I don't think he's a regular actor.
Right. Yeah, because he's also he definitely had some skills on the guitar.
Get the fuck out of here. This fucking guy fucking is a musician, dog. I'm telling you. He's a musician.
Maybe he's one of those musical theater rats.
Nah, nigga, what I just told you.
I was saying, like
He one of them
he
boys.
might
He
be-
like yellow
might be
card
both.
or something over there in Europe. You know what I'm saying? He like a Budapest.
Right.
fucking
He's
yellow card.
British. He's Budapest Jared Leto.
You know, yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Speaking of Jared Leto, and that
Not in this.
he's not in this episode, but when I was watching this whole interrogation scene, I was like, this dude would be. I would watch him as a fucking Batman villain. He's got
This guy
that
could
Batman
be Jared
villain
Leto
vibe.
in a movie. One day. That's
Yeah,
what
when
you're
they
thinking.
make the Jared Leto
That's what you're
biopic,
That's what you're thinking.
cast
You're
this
thinking.
guy.
You were thinking, wait. I had some more. I was really about to go deep into that rabbit hole, but I really can't stop laughing about that. That's stupid.
Method, the Jared Leto story, starring that guy.
It's gonna 40% of it is actually going to include meth. 1% of it will actually include Method Man.
Oh man, I would love Method Man playing Will Smith in the Jared Leto story. Oh my god, let's make this movie right now.
Oh my God. Oh my Alex, it would be so fucking good if we made this movie because it would be like so ridiculous, but like he has nothing to do with it at all. It's just a fucking movie about Jared Leto. And
You would be so mad. We'd have like he'd sick his fucking cult on us probably if we made a movie about him.
Best thing that ever happened to me in my life.
Yeah,
It'd
no
be
such
like-
thing as bad publicity.
You're right up there with me getting to fight like 5 12-year-olds at the same time.
I was saying that. That's
The only
a
reason
little
it's not 7 is because I want a challenge.
different. I mean, are these kids?
No, I mean like
celebrities?
7-year-olds. And
We gotta get something. We gotta get some good publicity out of fighting these 7-year-olds. It's
I will
like the
look
cast
amazing.
of Stranger
I will look
Things or
amazing
something.
when I'm fighting all of them. I will look like Jackie Chan when I'm fighting. What are you talking about? That's the purpose. To look like a kung fu master.
Get a little back to the back to the episode. That kind of reminds me of the episode It's Always Sunny where they beat the shit out of the kids. I'm talking about
that's
beating the shit out of kids a lot on this podcast. Anyway,
Hey, fuck these kids, man. That's all right.
but yeah, like
sorry.
this conversation's really weird. This whole episode kind of reminds me of that episode Woods from I think it's like the first season or the second season where Alfred gets lost in the woods following the death of his mom, and he kind of like learns how to be a better person and artist. I feel like there's some like narrative themes about this that I don't quite understand yet, but it's also in that kind of same weird realm where it's like an introspective look at Paperboy specifically, because we get this weird thing from the weird guy where he says he starts alluding to some really personal shit that Alfred only put on his phone. And then he gets like this whole monologue about his own creativity. Like, what do you feel like this episode is about? Do you feel like maybe you need to watch a couple more times like I do?
This episode is about don't trust Whitey. Keep your head about yourself. Keep it cool.
Okay.
Who ended up having the phone?
Oh yeah, socks.
That's right. Trying to get Whitey in trouble. Who was the most adamant about
Right.
what they was gonna do to the nigga who had the phone?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was socks. But it does raise the question, like, how did the guy know, like, that specific detail about Paperboy's past, where, like,
I think that
you
was
know,
a coincidence. If you watch it again, he didn't say. He just had the same name of a girl that he was in love with. That's just a coincidence.
So you think that, like, maybe because Paperboy was so insecure about his creativity that he just, like, saw more into that statement than
Yeah,
it really was?
definitely.
Okay. I can see that.
And you got this white boy over here, Socks, hyping your shit up.
Right. And you got the weird kid who is
Just being
intentionally
completely-
stretching this shit out.
Yeah, exactly. Being completely completely uncooperative because
Right.
he sees his opportunity to just be able to play his song that he's been trying to play forever
Right.
for somebody.
Right. and just have a conversation with
somebody.
Specifically with Paperboy, because it does seem like he's an actual fan of his music.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying he could have had a conversation with anybody. He just needed to have a conversation. Clearly,
clearly very lonely.
He was on stage for no reason.
Yeah, yeah, for absolutely no reason. It's like, you're here for a job interview, bro.
He needs attention.
Yeah, it definitely needs attention. And this episode was funny. It had like some weird, funny moments, but it was definitely like more just
somber.
Not funny. Yeah,
this is what I watched on 420.
This is
okay.
A weird experience for 420 because this is.
I was just happy my TV's big. That's all I could do. Just be like, oh Jesus, fuck! I should be watching something better than this. This is fucking depressing. And then fucking retarded white boy over here can't fucking figure out where his ass for his dick hole is, and then he's just gonna be sitting here taking up all these black folks' time. And he could just tell everybody he ain't got no goddamn phone this whole time.
Right. Yeah, I could tell by like the second time they went in the room that like I was like, whether he has it or he doesn't have it isn't really the point of any of this, because he has all the power anyway. And really wants is to have this conversation. So he's gonna make sure this conversation lasts as long as possible. And he's clearly, for whatever reason, smarter than everybody else in the room. He's fucking classic Batman villain shit. Like, Hero must have really wanted, this is his audition for a Batman movie, I guess.
Jesus.
Goddamn, this was a weird one. And like you said, Socks end up having the phone. Oh, actually, I guess before that, I guess we should say his Paperboy's revelation or his vulnerable moment about like saying he hasn't written anything. We realized he hasn't written anything in months. First thing he wrote was on his phone, and now it's stolen. What do you think that this means for Paperboy? Does you think this means anything for him, like creatively or maybe financially later? Do you think
maybe it pushes him to create something?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like the Woods, where just like it helps push him further creatively. And like socially,
I think later at the end, the last episode, he's gonna be like, "I thought I needed that phone. Fuck that phone," and it'll be like mad symbolic for how all the things that we're saying, like, you know, it'll symbolize all of the things that we're saying that he's gone through, but it won't actually say it.
Right.
He'll be like, you know, subtly, somebody will say, "Man, so-and-so was the one who stole your phone." And it's like, oh, man, fuck that phone.
Right.
I don't need that phone.
Yeah, like I think you're right. This show does a better job than most with doing the show don't tell thing, where they just like, they don't patronize the audience. They just like let you.
Sometimes they don't tell ever.
Yeah. Sometimes, you won't know what the fuck is going on. I still don't know what's going on with that nigga with the sandwich in the first season.
I was just about to say the same thing. Boy, stop. Don't play with me. I was just about to say the same goddamn thing. You want to eat this sandwich?
Bite this sandwich. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. If y'all haven't watched the first season, please go back.
Oh, my God.
So
Nigga,
good.
fucking bite this sandwich. Oh, my God.
But then I guess that's a good place to transition into the next episode.
I can't do nothing else. You should have said that.
Yeah, we get into episode 5, which is back to, I guess more regular Atlanta that we're used to. Episode is called White Fashion, written and directed by Ibra Ake, a longtime creative director for Childish Gambino. He's like been the creative director for all his tours and shit. And he's also like done a bunch of photography. He's a black all-star. He'd be out here doing black things. Did you have any initial thoughts about this episode?
White fashion.
White fashion.
White fashion. White fashion. It's not like a Nina Simone song. Yeah. I see white fashion all around. I see white fashion.
White fashion.
Oh man, this was a good episode because it touched on marginalization of black people and reappropriation, all at the same time with two separate stories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like what Darius goes through and what Paperboy go through are like basically the same thing.
Yeah, like
in different ways, different markets, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very sad to see that Nigerian lady lose her restaurant.
Yeah, that was rough. I was like, God damn. Yeah. It was,
also, I think that raccoon was racist, man. I don't know about that raccoon.
Yeah, the raccoon does look problematic. I bet like there's so many layers to this shit. I feel like every time I Google an Atlanta episode,
Alex,
they'll be like, remember that? What?
That girl is freezing. Get her a cigarette.
One of my favorite lines I've ever heard on this show.
So that might be my favorite lines ever in life. I might say that to a bitch if I see a bitch cold sometime. If I see a bitch outside cold, let me tell you, I'm gonna walk up to you and I'm gonna say,
"Get this girl a cigarette."
Somebody get this girl a cigarette. She's freezing.
Oh my god, that is goddamn. That was the one.
Niggas gonna be like, "Do you smoke cigarettes?" No, I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm not cold.
I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm not cold. Yeah, this episode was great. Like back to the hilarity of the show. Yeah, it's just like a lot of commentary, like you said, about just like real life issues as far as like fashion faux pas. And like I think what was it, Polo? They got in trouble last year with making the T-shirts. They put out the black kid and advertising with the black kid, and he had a T-shirt that says
it was
King of the Jungle.
and it was H&M and
H&M, that's right, H&M.
And then Gucci had the monkey.
Oh yeah, Gucci, and then Gucci had the monkey. Yeah, just talking about how just fashion just makes these like socially inept decisions, and yeah,
and they all own niggas. Oh,
and also talking about like how black people have to come out and like apologize, like
have apology parties.
Yeah,
a real one. It's good. It's a soiree.
It's what they call it.
They call it a soiree.
And they create like a social black. Well, let's get into the actual episode. But yeah, I really like this episode. Basically, for my initial thoughts.
Okay. All right, nigga. All right. Well, look, I love all of them. Like I love them. So yeah, there's no nuance to what I'm gonna say about it. Just I love it. Bias. I'm biased.
Yeah,
but objective, y'all. You know me. Those things don't mean the same thing. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll probably like the Woods episode. I'll probably like Cancer Attack more after I watch it a couple more times and like get into the nuanced nitty gritty of it. But I do prefer episodes like episode 5 where it's just like more straight the format that we're used to for Atlanta. But yeah, like for this episode, Paperboy and you don't know. Why did I say Ern and Fred are out in London because a French fashion house named Esco is embroiled in controversy after selling clothes that incorporate streetwear being deemed a race-related issue after selling a sweatshirt that reads Central Park 5. I think we can all see why that's just problematic for a white French company to just put some white ladies in Central Park 5 gear and try to, reappropriate the culture. But yeah, it was then so they decided to invite for Alfred to be on this black committee to just like basically to apologize for what Esco has done.
Apologize for being racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. Hey, apologizing for being racist,
And we've seen this kind of stuff before with
cracker ass cracker. Oh. Who let Chris Rock in here?
But Alfred's not gonna Ern initially asked him why is he doing it because Fred, or Paperboy is not making any real money from it. he's just gonna be getting like free clothes or whatever. But yeah, Earn insists that maybe you should be trying to help out the community with this whole thing. Like let them make the board a real board, and actually contribute to helping black people.
Yeah, well, he convinces him to do that after Paperboy goes to the little press conference and says, "Fuck no, racism ain't over."
They tried to.
That was a quote.
Yeah, the press event before the announcement of the committee, Alfred meets one of the members, writer activist Khalil. I can't pronounce this actor's name. I'm not even gonna try. But he was great. And he said this line that was so funny. He said, "Was this your first time apologizing for white people?
Yeah.
I haven't paid for a lunch in 73 police shootings." I paused for 5 black seconds, and then I laughed my ass off when I heard that.
I didn't laugh at all. I was like, okay.
That was
weird.
It was just funny in like a It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia kind of way, because like this guy's kind of terrible, but like this kind of person exists out there in the world. Like there's definitely black people out here just like pretending to take, huh?
I said, I got something in my throat. I just got something in my throat.
Oh yeah, you got a little tickle. Yeah, I heard.
That's all it is. Don't pay no attention to me, y'all.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here just like faking the funk. And I thought this was like an interesting character to the parallel of like Paperboy being introduced to this world of philanthropy. Again, this is just like this whole season's about just like Fred learning about black wealth, what the world of black wealth looks like.
Can look like.
He
ain't met Magic Johnson yet.
That's true. Yeah, this is what black wealth looks like in Europe, I guess, specifically. But meanwhile, Darius is being approached by Sharon. She is like the head of hospitality for this company, because he asked for some jollof rice, and I guess they have to drive him on the other side of town to
yes, because that nigga was not clear on what that was.
Yeah, his description was wild. It's like your taste buds are being conned by a Nigerian prince or something.
Yeah, exactly
like
what he said. I was like, nigga, okay, that's the only clue that what the fuck are you talking about? Is that it's a Nigerian prince?
Like, you can't even Google that, man. What are you doing to these white people? They're not gonna get you your food. But they do take him across town to this Nigerian restaurant. He has a nice connection with the lady at the restaurant. And then just skip ahead, because this is just like the whole story arc for this. The next day, he goes back to the restaurant, and the white lady has bought out the restaurant, and now she's doing...
After lying and saying she was going to try to get her information to help her boost the
right. Yeah, she says, I have to get her restaurant to help, like, promote the rest. I have to get her information so I can help promote the restaurant. Then she ends up buying out the restaurant without even talking to the woman, and making a whitewashed food truck version of it, named for a word she learned about the day before.
Day before. The whole food she didn't know nothing about.
Yeah, she didn't know anything about anything, and now it's it's obviously like an exaggeration of how quickly these things happen, but it's like these things happen all the time.
Why was this nigga wearing a fucking life jacket that's deflated? Like the whole time.
Yeah, Khalil. Yeah, like yeah, that was stupid.
Is that maybe a thing, nigga? Is that a thing?
I have no idea. But like, also high fashion, quote unquote high fashion, also astounds me, because like the shit that people decide to put on and consider it like whatever, expensive.
That nigga's wearing a life preserver. That you get it from the airport.
Yeah, and it says,
I mean, when you fall out of an airplane.
yeah, and somebody wrote BLM in Sharpie on the side. Like, how's that? But whatever. I don't know. People spend a lot of money for dumb shit, and then they put it on themselves. But yeah, after that whole, meanwhile, back at the committee, Alfred is struggling and suggesting ideas to the rest of the committee. He, earns advice and tries to float the represent your hood or reinvest in your hood campaign, having black people reinvest in black communities rather than spend money in white communities. And you can tell that Alfred is initially fine with just getting free clothes, but he decides he's gonna push a little bit on this. How did you feel about this whole scene where he's interacting with these guys who clearly are just trying to get their own shit, free tickets?
I still don't think that dude was black.
Yeah, that character was wild. Like when he kept pulling out the hairbrush.
He's just trying to make sure his cap is sewn straight. It's one of them glued on joints.
Yeah, that's a very that could be a piece. You think that's a piece? The glued on piece?
It kind of looks like one, like that goddamn Steve Harvey shit.
Right. Oh yeah. So give me the Steve.
Yo, this Nigerian. First of all, Nigerian movies are terrible. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I'm very curious if this is a real Nigerian movie or if this is based recreated.
It's just based off of what they are, bro.
Oh,
I'm just telling you. Look, she gonna pass out.
It's just so well done.
Why did she pass out?
It looks so much like a Nigerian movie. Like it almost makes me feel like it's real. What happens next? Oh yeah, during the committee, Alfred actually convinces the committee to commit to the Reinvest in Your Hood campaign. You can tell that like Alfred's kind of like reinvigorated and he's kind of feeling happy about it until the actual ad campaign comes out, and it's more of like a all lives matter type of thing.
Indians are the hood too. White people have people in the hood too. They're in the hood.
I loved that when he like tried to confront them about how upset he was about the campaign, and they were like, he's like, "Who'd you even get the money to?" And he was like, "Oh, we gave it to the Red Cross." He's like, "The Red Cross."
He was big mad about that.
He was acting like they said they gave it to Monty Burns. Like, he was like, "What? That's the worst one."
He gave it to Lex Luthor. Know what he gonna do with it? Just take over the world.
I really liked all that because it was just like almost too real. How all like even the campaign felt like it was something. Like, it felt like that Vaseline commercial that came out during 2020.
Yeah.
But what did you think of all of this? Like, because Khalil has this really interesting, monologue about how like the white people were never going to fund their own demise, and that's why he hornswoggles these white folks. It's like that's how I got $100,000 for them to invest in my charity. Like so like what would you do after this? Would you what lesson do you take from this? Would you be like, fuck these people and their charities? And they're patronizing black folks and just do your own thing? Or do you just try to do what Khalil said and you just like maybe try to steal money from these white folks and by apologizing for them, essentially doing this cooning and then just like use that money to reinvest in your own thing? Or do you think it's that black and white? Do you think there's a third option?
I think there's a third option where you just say, you take all their money, you do what Fred was about to do in the first place, and just say, fuck racism, and fuck y'all, like, blah, blah, blah. I got a contract. They got to give me all of this shit. Like, I ain't worried about that.
Right.
I do somewhere in between.
Yeah, somewhere in between where you just, like, use your own money, but use their platform type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. This is, like, in a stratosphere of, like, that I can't really wrap my mind around. Because yeah, this is a lot of money and a lot of change you're trying to do. It's hard to think about like what to do. I don't know. They raise a lot of interesting questions with this.
Yeah, as they always do.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's it called? Dark Knight. It's like, do you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain? It's like, do you end up becoming Khalil or do you kill your social justice career by just being like, fuck no, racism ain't dead? Is there a happy medium where you can make change by telling the truth?
I always hated that stupid ass quote. That was stupid.
you never like that.
You don't
quote.
live long enough to see yourself become a villain. You just become a villain. You fucking asshole. What excuse for you being an asshole? Is you just living up? Maybe things change and you didn't. Maybe that's what it is. Assholes.
Right. I mean, well, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely a very blanket statement.
It's a movie quote.
It's a reaction to like Caesar and like.
It's a movie quote. It's a quote that only fits in that movie. It don't fit outside of the world practically.
I mean, but like I think that because there is a kernel of truth to it is why it like resonates so long. We see so many heroes die young, and we see so many people that we considered heroes getting defamed later in life. So I think that's why there's like a little nugget of truth in there. But again, it doesn't apply. Obviously, doesn't apply to everything. It's just kind of like that's why people like blanket statements because it sort of covers everything, like horoscopes and shit.
I hate blanket statements.
But yeah, back in the I guess C storyline, we got Donald or Ern with Van. He sees Van at the hotel room, who has clearly stolen a wig. And yeah, she's been missing for weeks. What do you think is going on with Van? Because she
lost her mind. She misses Ern.
Yeah.
And she lost her mind because she misses Ern. And then she said, fuck that. I'm about to just do my thing.
Yeah, like she definitely traveled.
Why does everybody else get to live their dream while I'm over here in Atlanta? I'm taking care of these ugly ass kids and shit.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. She traveled across an ocean to not really spend any time with the person that she's in the country with. She seems like she's doing her own things, trying to figure herself out. Because she mentioned that she lost a job, or she lost an opportunity for a job, but it seems like she's not so much trying to find herself as she's just like aimlessly doing wild shit.
She's probably having a midlife crisis. I don't know how old she is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, her and Ern are probably the same age, so they're probably like late 30s, mid 30s.
He's 38.
Yeah,
in real life. So
right. Yeah, so they're probably like late 30s, early 40s, maybe. That black don't crack. Who's to say? They might be in their 60s. Who knows?
My whole point is that maybe she's going through something where she's just like needing something different and doesn't know what that is yet. Right.
Yeah, and they've I like that they're kind of tackling this with her character because she did career-wise seem kind of aimless, or like she was searching for something in the first couple of seasons, and she was kind of in the peripheral in the first 2 seasons because it's all about Ern and Paperboy for the most part. But in the first 2 seasons she lost her job, and you see her trying to build more of a career in the Juneteenth episode, but then that kind of falls to pieces. And you see her conversing with her more rich friends in the episode Value. You can see that she's been kind of lost this whole series, and I think there's just more coming to a forefront here because like she's got all the money in the world and she's in a new country. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, I think you're
right. Do you have any prediction? Because she like kind of vanished after that. After they have like a night in the hotel room. Do you think that she's gonna?
You don't have a sex scene. I'm so fucking glad. It's so fucking amazing. I swear to God, that shit does not tell a story.
Yeah, does not move the story along. See, take a lesson, TV and movies. This is how you move the story along.
This is how you do it. No predictions here. This is one that you just watched. Remember, I don't do predictions on this show because this is one of those shows you just watch and then pretend like you know what the fuck was going on by the last episode.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what happens for the rest of the season. Like again, like you said, this isn't like a very predicty show. You just kind of get to sit back and enjoy it, which I really, really love. I'm not into the whole try to figure out the show before the show is a show thing. But we only got a few episodes left. We got 4 episodes left this season. So we'll see where it all goes. Oh my gosh, one of these episodes, the titles of one of these episodes. It's called Rich Wigga, Poor Wigga. I'm very excited to see that one.
That's going to be another Atlanta episode. White.
Oh, yeah. Do you think, there's going to be another, like, vignette?
It's going to be 2 white dudes. One of them's poor, one of them's rich.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man.
It's going to be, what's that dude? Herman Welsler III? No, it's Ed Winslow III.
Yeah, Ed Winslow III, yeah.
From Boondocks. That's what it's going to be like.
Oh, man. R.I.P. Ed Asner.
No, it was R.I.P.
Oh, Charlie Murphy. Oh, damn. Both of them. That's awful. Let's end it on a happy note. We got 4 more episodes of Atlanta left. 3 written by Donald Glover. That's going to be exciting.
And we're probably going to get to see Teddy.
Oh, my God. If we get another Teddy Perkins, please. Oh, man. You just got me so excited.
You have no idea. I've been waiting to come out. To say hi. Hello. I've been hiding. I didn't die.
Oh, yeah. I guess he did get shot and killed at the end.
Oh, yeah. He got shot and killed.
Thanks for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new episodes of the pod and new video essays from yours truly. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, all them internet things at Drunk Banthas. Till next time, stay safe, my little Teddy Perkins, and may the force be with you.